Welcome to the Ames Free Library's Imagination Run. I'm Miss Alyisha, and I'll be your imagination guide. To go with this year's Tales and Tales summer reading theme, each of these videos will feature a different creature with a tale. By using our imaginations, we're not just going to learn about these creatures, we're going to become them. We're going to move our bodies, and we're going to use our minds, and I can't wait to get started. Are you ready to find out which creature you're going to become today? You're going to be a bat. A bat? You might be thinking, Miss Alyisha, that's a weird animal to start with. Bats don't even have tails. But you know what? They do. Bats do have tails. They're just usually hidden underneath their wings so you can't see them. So, the first thing that we need to do in order to become a bat is to think like a bat. Since bats are nocturnal, do you know what that word means? Nocturnal. It means that they only come out at night. So since bats are nocturnal, I think it would be a good idea to think about the moon. Oh, the moon. Yeah. So to do that, I want you to lay down on the ground. I'll show you what I mean. So I want you to lay down on the ground so that your head is closest to the screen. That way you kind of have to look at me upside down. And that's a great way to think like a bat because bats love being upside down. So when you're laying down, I want you to close your eyes. And it gets dark when you close your eyes, doesn't it? What color is the dark? What color is the nighttime? It's a pretty color, isn't it? It's kind of a deep purple, deep blue, almost black. And it's got a sprinkling of stars, some constellations, maybe the Big Dipper, and the moon. Ooh, the moon. So I want you to picture the moon big and glowing up in that sky. And I want you to reach up with your arms and stretch, stretch, stretch. With your eyes still closed, stretch towards the moon. And then put your arms out to your sides so that they're resting comfortably. And picture that moon glowing up in the sky. Use your imagination to shrink it down a little bit. We're going to make it smaller and smaller so that it's about the size of a baseball. And then picture that glowing circle floating down to you, gently, gently, closer and closer, so that it lands right on your forehead. Can you feel its cool light glowing from your forehead? I can. So to think like a bat, we are going to breathe with the moon. So I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And go in and out. And I want you to picture the moon floating down from your forehead until it lands on the tip of your nose. And I want you to breathe with the moon on your nose. Breathe in once and out once. If you were a bat, your nose might look a little bit different. A lot of bats have a piece of skin hanging off of their nose, and it looks exactly like a little leaf. And they're called leaf nose bats. I want you to breathe in through your leafy batty nose and out through your mouth. And one more in. Let it out. So with your eyes still closed, I want you to picture the moon moving from the tip of your nose down to your chest so that it lands right next to your heart and glows. And breathe in and out. One more in and out. And bats have really strong chest muscles. That's so that they can move their big, powerful wings. Can you feel your wings out to your sides? You feel how big and strong they are? I can. Good. And we're going to picture that glowing moon moving from our heart down past our belly buttons, past our thighs, until it comes to rest on our knee. And with the moon on your knee and your eyes still closed, I want you to breathe in and out, and in and out. So while bats have very strong chests and very strong wings, they have very weak legs. They're not very strong at all. And that's because, unlike us, they don't have to walk everywhere. They just use their wings to fly everywhere. And I can't blame them. If I had wings, I'd fly everywhere too. So I want you to picture that moon moving down from your knee, past your ankles, until it comes to rest on the tip of your toes. Can you wiggle your toes for me? Wiggle my toes. And since the moon is shining on your toes, you can see how many toes you have. Do you know how many toes you have? You have 10 toes. So humans have 10 toes, and bats have 10 toes too. Except that humans keep their nails really short, right? Their toenails short and nice and clean. Bats have big, sharp claws on their toes. So since bats have 10 toes, I think for our final batty, moony moment, we should breathe and count to 10. Are you ready? So with the moon shining and your eyes closed, I want you to breathe in through your nose on 1, and out through your mouth on 2. In on 3, and out on 4, in on 5, out on 6, in through your nose on 7, out through your mouth on 8, in on 9, and out on 10. And then I want you to picture that glowing moon coming up off of your toes and floating back up into the sky, into the dark night sky, and joining the stars way up high. And finally, reach up to the moon again with your eyes closed. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then put your hands folded on your belly, and you can open up your eyes. Whoa. Do you feel more like a bat now? Now that the moonlight's been on your skin? I do. I am definitely a bat. But what kind of bat are we? Let's sit up and we can talk more about it. All right, there are all different kinds of bats. And I am going to show you some of those bats inside of this book. This book is called Bats, Biggest, Littlest, and it's by Sandra Markle. So we'll open up our book and turn to the right page. And I will show you there are small bats, like this bat right here. This is called a bumblebee bat. It is the smallest bat and the smallest mammal in the whole entire world. It's about the size of, you guessed it, a bumblebee. Look at how tiny it is on that person's fingers. And there are big bats. The biggest bats in the world are called megabats, and they're also called flying foxes. And they're called flying foxes because their faces look like a fox's face, but they're not foxes, they're bats. So just how big can a flying fox bat get? If you stand up, I'll show you. All right. So, standing up, I am about 5'4", and the biggest flying fox bat is about 5'6" on average. So that means that if the bat were leaning on its side and its arms were stretched, can you stretch your arms out as far as they go? That bat would be taller than me. It'd be bigger than me. Holy cow! Holy bat! That's a big bat, right? Yeah, that is a huge bat. But we're not going to be a huge bat, and we're not going to be a small bat. We are going to be a medium-sized bat. We're going to be something called a tube-lipped nectar bat. Can you say that 5 times fast? Tube-lipped nectar bat, tube-lipped nectar bat, tube-lipped nectar bat, tube-lipped nectar bat, tube-lipped nectar bat. That's really hard, isn't it? We're going to be a tube-lipped nectar bat. And we're going to be medium-sized, but the most important thing that we're going to be is hungry. Oh, are you hungry? Can you hear your belly growling? I'm hungry. I wonder what it is that we're going to eat. What are we going to eat? Let's go on an adventure to find out. All right, so for this part, I want you to close your eyes again, but just for a second this time. So we're going to close our eyes and pretend that we are hanging upside down in a cave. And I want you to take your arms and wrap them around you tightly, like you're giving yourself a big hug. So we're hanging upside down in our cave, and we're all cozy, and we're sleeping. And then we open our eyes, and we wake up. And if you look around you in that cave, what do you see? I see a lot of other bats. It's all of my friends and family. And most bats do live with a lot of other bats in something called a colony. So I am so excited to be seeing all of my friends. I'm going to make an excited little bat noise. Can you make a bat noise? It goes. And all of those bats are thinking the exact same thing that we're thinking. They're thinking, it's nighttime, I'm awake, I'm hungry, let's fly. So to fly, I want you to unfurl those wings and stretch them out as far as you can, get wide. And how many fingers do you have on this hand? Let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many fingers do you have on the other hand? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like humans, bats have 5 fingers too. They have 4 fingers and 1 thumb on each hand. But unlike humans, Bats' fingers are really long, and they have a piece of skin that covers their whole hand and then stretches down all the way down to their bodies. And that stretchy piece of skin makes up their wing, and that's how they can fly. So I want you to stretch your wings out far and flap them. Bats have to flap their wings to fly. And let's do it. Let's leave the cave. Let's fly. Oh, here we are. We're flying. We're free. All right. Didn't we say we were hungry? I think we did. I'm super hungry. Do you see anything down there that looks tasty? What are your eyes like as a bat? So bats aren't blind like a lot of people think, but a lot of them can't see very well. That's because their eyes are really small. And humans can see all sorts of colors, right? But bats can only see black and white and gray. So a rainbow wouldn't be very exciting to a bat. So look down there, flap your wings. Do you see anything tasty down there? I do. I see a big white flower, and that is great news because bats love flowers. So I think we should zoom down there and eat it up. Ready? Flap your wings, flap, flap, and zoom down. I see it. It looks delicious. What part of the flower are we gonna eat? Are we gonna eat the petals? No, we're not gonna eat the petals. Are we gonna eat the leaves? Nope, we're not gonna eat the leaves either. What else is there? Deep down inside the flower is a liquid like a water, and it's called nectar. It's very sweet, and bats love nectar. That's why we're a tube-lipped nectar bat. But if the nectar is deep inside the flower, and the flower's long and skinny, how are we gonna get it out? Flap your wings while we think about this. Let's see if we can just stick our noses in and get it. Let's try. Did that work? Did you get the nectar? No? Oh no, what are we gonna do? We're so hungry. Flap your wings. Flap, flap. So bats can flap their wings really fast, just like a hummingbird, and they can hover so that they stay in one place while they eat. So sticking our noses in didn't work. What else could we do? I know. Let's try to use our tongues. Can you stick your tongue out? So this is the coolest fact, I think, about the tube-lipped nectar bat. They have enormous tongues. They are so long. So a human's tongue, kind of feel it in your mouth. A human's tongue starts in the back of their mouth. That's where the base is. But a tube-lipped nectar bat's tongue starts all the way down by its ribs. Do you know where your ribs are? So if you feel kind of above your belly, above your tummy on the sides, there are these bones that stick out, and those are your ribs. And that is where a tube-lipped nectar bat's tongue starts, all the way down here. And then it goes all the way up their chests, up their throat, and into their mouth. And when they want to get nectar out, they just stick out those super long tongues as far as they can. So stick out your tongue as far as you can. And we're gonna slurp up that nectar. Ready? Flap your wings. And slurp. Yum! Slurp some more. Yay! Are you excited? Make your excited bat noise. Let's go over to this other flower. Flap your wings. Find the other flower and stick your tongue out and slurp. Mmm. Yum! I have had my fill of nectar, but I'm still hungry. What else could we eat tonight? Should we have a cheeseburger? No. Piece of pizza? Bats don't eat pizza. What do they eat? They eat bugs. Yum, bugs. Do you like to eat bugs? Yes, you do, because you're a bat. And like I said, bats can't see very well, so they find it really difficult to see bugs to catch them to eat them. So what do? They don't use their eyes. They use their mouths, and they use their big ears, and they make sounds. That's called echolocation. They make these really high-pitched sounds, and the sounds bounce off of objects, come back to them. The bat hears them and can tell where the delicious bugs are, or where a tree is so that they don't fly into it or a person's head. That's important, right? So let's try that echolocation. Make that squeaky noise again. Ready? And a cool thing about those noises is that people can't hear them, or grown-ups can't hear them. But you know who can? Kids. It's like a superpower because kids have young ears and they're not damaged like grown-ups' ears, so they can hear things a lot better. Let's make that noise one more time. Flap your wings. I think I can sense some delicious bugs. Let's fly over and get them. What kind of bugs are they? Oh, they're mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are a bat's favorite bug. Oh my goodness. Did you know that bats can eat up to 500 mosquitoes in 1 hour? And some species of bats can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in 1 hour, which is awesome because mosquitoes bite you, right? And they make you itchy. So the more mosquitoes that bats eat, the fewer mosquitoes there are to bug you. So let's see how many mosquitoes we can eat. There they are. There they are. Scoop them up with your mouth. Go as fast as you can. Have you reached 500 yet? And bats either get the mosquitoes out of the air with their mouths, their strong jaws, or they can grab them with their toes and then stick them in their mouths. Do you eat with your feet? I've never eaten with my feet before, but sometimes you do, if you're a bat. Okay, I think I'm finally full, which is great because the sun is starting to come up, and that means I'm getting sleepy. So I think we should fly back to our caves. Are you ready to fly? Get out your wings, stretch, stretch, stretch. And we're gonna fly to the mouth of the cave. Here we go. Okay, there's the mouth of the cave. Swoop in. And here we are, home, sweet home. There's only one thing left to do before we go back to sleep. And that is something that all creatures have to do, especially after they eat. We have to poop. Oh no! And a bat doesn't poop in the toilet like humans do. They just poop right on the floor of their cave. Ew! So a bat's cave is really smelly and really messy. And a bat's poop is called guano. That's a vocab word for you. Guano is bat's poop. So we poop. And now that we're done flying, and we're done eating, and we're done pooping, it's time to sleep. So I want you to use those strong claws on the tips of your toes. Wiggle your toes again. I want you to use those strong claws to grip the ceiling of your cave and flip upside down. And we're gonna wrap our wings around us again. Get all cozy and do a big yawn. And we're gonna say good night or good morning, because bats sleep during the morning, during the day, to all of our brothers and sisters. Good morning. And close our eyes and sleep. Okay, you can open up those eyes. It was fun being a bat, wasn't it? Yeah. But I think I'm ready to be a human again. So we've got to shake our batty sillies out. Are you ready? Spread those wings and shake them out until they become arms again. Shake them, shake them, shake them. All right, I got my arms back. And take that furry little batty face and we're gonna shake it until it becomes a human face again. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And we're gonna take our furry batty bodies and we're gonna shake them so that we get human bodies again. Shake it. All right, I'm feeling like a human. So I wanna do my favorite thing that humans do, and that's reading. So if you love reading too, you can find another video that I've made in the same place that you found this one. And it's got all of my favorite batty books in it. I'm gonna tell you all about them. So if you want, you can watch that, find some good reading material, and go batty for books just like Miss Alyisha. So thank you for flying with me today. Thank you for imagining with me. It's been so much fun. See you again next time. Goodbye.